Okay, so this following video is going to be about changing the left-hand window motor. I forget what exactly happened to this one because it's been a while. A lot of these things take several steps, so I've decided to break out the steps because they get to be really long if you don't. So just to give a quick review, to change this left-hand motor, you must first remove this outer door panel, which I have a video for. Remove the inner door panel, which I have another video for, and then the actual motor itself, replacing that, which I have another video for, which is going to be I'll be following this particular opening here. When I end up doing this, I had tinted my window at the same time. Not that you'll be able to tell because that part is not in there, and that is a separate video. How to remove the tint, another one about how to put this tint on. The only thing I noticed that I really didn't go over is installing the inner panel again. If you'll make note on when you do that, when you take this thing, the inner panel off, I sort of mentioned you have to reach down and take the little control rods and things out of it. So watch that. It's in reverse of removal. As you stick the inner panel back in, you have to carefully place all those things back in their little spots. The two rods in here, changing this, for instance, you pull this out and you got a couple of rods you have to monkey with. If I ever break this one again, I'll do one on that too. But basically, go over them a couple of times if you have to. Make note of everything you see when it comes apart, and then reverse that. That's about it. So the 3 steps: outer panel, inner panel, then changing out the motor itself. You'll notice this mysteriously disappears from one video to the next. Apparently I took it off. I think you can actually take it out and run it through the slot there to leave it on, but it's got to be on there so you can move the window a little bit. Eventually, if the window won't come down at all, you may have to monkey a little bit more with all that stuff. Hopefully you'll be able to do it in this configuration that I had it. Otherwise you may have to figure something out to get the window actually down, if it won't work at all. Anyway, hopefully the what follows will get you through it. And I said watch the separate videos, and hopefully that'll take care of it all. Alright, so when you get that panel twisted about 45 degrees, you can reach in and easily pop that motor connector off of there, and then you have your panel, which is off. And there's the motor and regulator, and I got a whole new assembly. So these rivets are going to get popped. Going to punch the center out of them, then drill them. I think it's at 3/8. Those two, and that one there, and that one there. So there's 2 from that side, 2 from that side. And then we're going to have to get some screws, some lock nuts to put it back together. This one, the replacement I got did not come with any of that, so that's the next step. And then we're going to clean out this whole thing in there. We're going to grease that up a little bit. Almost 300,000 miles, doesn't look too bad. Alright. Well, here's what our new one looks like. This one came from Rock Auto. It's got a harness on it with a pigtail, but that's basically going to simulate the connector on there, so we're gonna set it up. So anyway, here's what I'm using: a nail, well, a pin punch, but you can use a nail set. In fact, I like using nail sets to knock these out. You just give it a whack. I'll show you on the other side, and then drill it. I was too lazy to look at numbers. I just got a drill bit that looked close. Aluminum high speed. I guess it's pretty close. Worst case scenario, you can put the punch right there, and not that you'll be able to see it, all you're going to see is grass. but just a little punch on the side pops that right off too. So got those two. Pop this over. So I'm gonna stick that right there. Man, I'm gonna need my tripod. Trust me. One pop there, one pop there. Pop that down there like that. I'll put my punch right there. I can't do it one-handed. There you have it. And oh, that's in that track, so put that one out. Then you have the old one. All I could do is find some hardware to bolt the new one in. You'll have to go in those holes and attach the new one. I'll go find some hardware. Alright, since I'm also a boat guy, I happen to have some 1/4 inch stainless, love stainless screws. Unfortunately, I only have one lock nut, so temporarily I'm just gonna stick that one that's gonna be permanent down there. I'm just putting a regular nut on that one for the time being. Oh, the other two in there just to line it up. They may stay in there. I don't see any reason why not to put them inside to the outside like that. I don't see any interference problems. So I don't know why they had the rivets in both directions. I'm going to slap this back in there temporarily, and so I can put the window up for the night. I went ahead and greased up the track. If you had some white lithium grease, you'd probably spray that in there. I'm just using wheel bearing grease. It's gone almost 300,000 miles. And what is this thing? 26 years old. Is that right? Yeah, 26 years old. So I think it'll make it for the foreseeable future with just whatever kind of grease. So I'm gonna slap that back in there, put the harnesses back in there, hook up the running track, the switches, so I can get it up, and then I'll still be able to tilt it back over to put the nuts on the back of it when I find some. Alright, so I went to good old Lowe's and found me some 1/4 lock nuts and these number 12 stainless flat washers, which for some reason, it's not like aviation. These number 12s are actually got a 1/4 inch diameter in them, whereas the 1/4 inch washers you generally end up with don't. They're too floppy. So this is what I use out of my boat hardware. They're I guess they're 1/2 inch, maybe they're 3/4 inch, 1/4 inch Phillips stainless screws. Put them in here. The nuts facing the back, of course. And with it just tacked in there with a couple of screws. Seems to work. So, installation of this panel and the inner panel, basically reverse removal, and we should be good to go. That's about it.